What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. At Amazon, Kindle, Create Space. Link will be in the description box below. As usual, go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled, What If You Never Get Closure? Sometimes people need closure or want closure for an experience you would probably say is painful and negative. And do you take into consideration the fact that some of us never got closure or will never get closure? I'm not going to just say it's all negative experiences. Sometimes we don't take advantage of the opportunity to tell somebody how much we care about them and love them when they're alive and then they die. And you don't get closure because whatever was going on, whether you were angry at them or you just took it for granted or you just took time and life for granted and it all happened all of a sudden, you would wish to say some things, but maybe not because you might never get closure. So you might have to just learn how to deal with that. And the reason I'm saying this is because sometimes we're not dealing with the fact that, everything you might have wanted to say or everything you might have wanted to do, you're going to have to live with the fact that you won't get closure. You won't be able to do those things. Sometimes when people are living, sometimes something went on and it could be like a good Samaritan type of thing. Somebody did something nice and you never saw them again, and you might want the closure of saying, look, I made the most of this opportunity. You may never get that. But in a good Samaritan situation, it's already a given that they're not. You don't have to. They don't need closure because that may not be the space that they're doing it from in the first place. When the situation is a little more negative, you may never get closure because sometimes the person that you want to get closure from is the same person that you got away from, or or they may be worse, and you come to realize that either they're that mean-spirited or they're that prideful that you're not going to get what you're looking for. So even if they could give it to you, they won't. You get what I'm saying? So you may never get closure. You got to, just deal with that. Sometimes you want an apology. And guess what? You might not ever get it. And that works both ways. Like, you could be in a situation where you could give someone closure, and you might be so prideful that you can't admit you did something wrong. You don't want to hear what somebody has to say to you because it exposes your darkest qualities. So you run. You don't stand up to the ramifications of your actions. Sometimes it can also be you actually have evolved and you're actually a better person today than you were that day or yesterday, however you want to look at it. And though you can acknowledge you were negative, you hide behind being in a new space. And it's hard for you to give the other person closure because you want to act like that wasn't you because now you're different. but that was still you. You know, thus the problem. That's why I said you may never get closure. Also, how can I say this? Some people do things as an accident or under the influence. And there's really, you may, even if they're sorry and it's an accident, if you got to live with the consequences, it's really not, much. It's not, it depends on the type of person. It won't be enough apologies in the world. But if somebody is, say, under the influence, they're drunk, they're high, and they do something, they may just hide in their highness or their drunkenness, and now that they're sober, they know that they did something. They can accept that they did something, but they may not be able to provide you the sincerity of atoning what they did, because they always blame it on, the alcohol or the drugs or this, that, and the third. Using that as a reference, right? Pain. Some people don't realize they've been violated in some way, and they have this pain inside of them. So the old hurt people mantra. So now they hurt you because they want somebody to hurt like they hurt. So you may never get closure out of a person like that. What's weird about that, though, is if you transform into something more positive from that painful situation that they brought to you, you might make them worse. Now they may be angry of a person because now they're trying to figure out how you got over it and they didn't. How you became better and they became bitter. From maybe not the same exact thing, but pretty much something in the same ballpark. So, just take it as you may never get closure. You just might never. It might not never happen. And then I'm gonna say another few, and then I'm out of here on this one. Theft. I hate thieves. I hate liars. I hate thieves. I kind of check out. When you deal with somebody who's a thief, you're never going to get closure because, because on one end, they're not going to admit they stole. And on the other end, it's not like, for the most part, they're going to keep it. They're a thief. Easy come, easy go. I've had things stolen from me. And, that were items that are basically priceless. Like, letters from dearly departed type things. Items from that were passed down that people decided, oh, I like that, and they stole it. Right? You never get closure for that. I've had some falling outs with some people about stuff like that. Because, like I said, they'll never admit that they stole it, but here's what it is, right? But because you'll never see it again, it's going to be something that constantly burns, period. So you just may never get closure. So that's all I got to say about that. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.